Okay, hello and welcome. Yes, I am playing this on Nintendo Switch with the N64 controller that was very generously gifted to me by two good friends from Australia, Todd and Mel. I enjoyed this. I'm enjoying holding this. It feels great. And I'm playing Majora's Mask. I've been scared to play this for some reason. I have no idea why. I think because of how different it is compared to Ocarina of Time, which is one of my favorite Zeldas. Not my top favorite, but still. But I think the fact that it's so wildly different. Sorry about that. The TV was a bit loud. So, like, it shouldn't be. It's like, I think it's just. I don't know what it is about Majora's Mask, and it's like I just don't want to play it. I never played it for a long time. I did initially play it when I got the collector's edition on the GameCube, and I played that until I got to the Stone Tower. But that was back in like 2009, I believe. I really don't remember. I think it might be both. I think it might be the time limit and the tone of the game is like so dark. But like, dark games should not fear me because Twilight Princess had a dark tone. Tears of the Kingdom also has a dark tone. Games with dark tones don't generally scare me unless it is a genuine horror game. But also the time limit. I think the time limit is a bigger issue for me. Because when you put a time limit over something, especially something as dire and as this, I think that really ingrains some kind of conscious thing. Like, I just can't bring myself to play it. But it's like not. But it's not the same thing when I had with Undertale. I think with Undertale, it was a lot more the tone of it. Like, the game itself judged you. When like I don't like a game that judges me for playing when I want to play. But yeah, I haven't played this in like 20 years. That's a long time. But yeah, before I forget, good evening, Ludicrous, and good evening, Chaos Inferno. Let's call me you know what? I got it. I got the right name. I got the right name. Turnip. He is called Turnip. The Legend of Turnip. In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend. A legend held by that I wasn't finished. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land. I wasn't finished! No, I'm not gonna read it this time. Fuck you! A journey in search of a lovely and inventable friend. Friend who've had with blah blah blah. Talk about Navi, everyone. Again, even this opening just fills you with like a difference, you know? I understand people coming into it right after Ocarina, like the next chapter. Let's go ahead, let's do this. I don't know why. Tattletale. Are you serious? Bear with me, I'm just getting a freaking wire. Apparently, despite not holding the damn thing for 2 days, it has a battery life as a fucking lemon. Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Like, even the Skull Kid himself is just a bit weird. Just beep, beep. Me might be a bit weird because the only time I played Majora's Mask again was the collector's edition. Now it's GameCube. I do have a GameCube USB, but I don't think it'll play the same way. I hope it would. I can give it a try, but I figured with the N64 controller, it'll be more authentic. Okay. I know, but we're gonna get cutting. And I found 11 rupees, why not? Him doing flips is weird. He has that much confidence from being a hero at time. It's like, oh yeah, I can do a sideways flip across this. Look at this. Anyway, things get weird. If he's the kid with a mask and he starts flying, it's like, when you know about Majora, I kind of wonder whether or not it's the kid talking or it's the mask. It rarely dabbles now, but you think about all the direct sequels, there has been quite a few. Like, Zelda 2 is a direct sequel, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, direct sequels. A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening are direct sequels. Ocarina of Majora, Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass. Twilight Princess and Link's Crossbow Training, arguably. And obviously Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And by extension, Halo Warriors Age of Calamity. That's one thing I like. Actually, Tattle has more personality than Navi. Little squishy sounds. Oh, got my nose. God damn it. What can you do? Women, eh? Yeah. Thing is, though, he's well adapted into being a Deku very quickly. Yay. And there you go. Look at this freaky looking tree. Frankly, like it could start crying. Yep, that. Later on, you find out what it is. Like, is Terminate even a real place? Just asking, like, go down a hole, we get turned into a Deku, go around these little platforms, and then we're inside a clock tower. You've met with a teller of fate, haven't you? God, you... I can't help but think of Ben Drown when it comes to him, alright? I actually do own it. I think it looks really freaking good for a 3DS game. I don't know why Nintendo hasn't ported the 3D versions to freaking Switch yet. Be great. Smooth out the graphics a little bit, and there you go. But they won't, because we have this. We have the Switch Online. There's more money in Switch Online than there is actually porting a 3DS game. Despite the fact they've ported 3DS games. God, just... out of all the characters to bring. Yeah. Mass Salesman Ocarina of Time. Just bring him in. I'm very busy, yes. Just creepy asshole. What is up with my nose today? Christ. I hate the dogs. The North Gate. I don't know where the North Gate even is. Is it through here? The back where it began. Yeah, it's south. Screw you, puppy. This is west, isn't it? Yeah. Those are those. I gotta hit the damn thing, haven't I? Alright, a certain time where... Like, a lot of the early stuff I remember, like the bomb mask, I know that. And these designs are just weird. It is. I forgot about that. I can't do shit about that until I get my upgrade from the fairy. And I need to go this way? I honestly haven't the foggiest. Oh, it's up there. Oh, down up there. That's another thing as well about this game is that it has times where you need to be there. Like, you have to be at this time, at this location. I know it gives you the journal, but honestly, I more than likely won't be able to do this without a guide. I really won't. I'll probably get so far, and it's like, okay, where are the other masks I need to actually do this? Where's the captain's mask? Where's the bomb mask? Where's the couple's mask? Most of which are not really necessary. That's all the ugliest fairy you've ever seen it come across. Yay, magic. Come back in my former shape. Pretty sure give me the spin attack. Hmm. Yeah, I know you're there. Seriously? Seriously? Kid, get the fuck back here. God damn it, kid. Come on, kiss. Fucking hell. Damn right I fucking call you, you bastard. Okay, this way. Long. Been a long day. Just kids at school and doing half of nothing, half of taking care of my other kid. Just kind of wanting the day to end, really. You know? Where the fuck are the other two kids? For fuck's sake. Not around here, is he? There we go. Five, 3, 1, 2, 5. 4, 3, 1, 2, 5. Alright. 43125. I keep that with me for the rest of the time. In the beginning part of the game, I remember, it's pretty straightforward. Well, soldiers became weak. Yep. Thank you. Believe me, I'm in Florida. I know what it's like to be humid. Alright. So now I can go to him to pass time. I'll go to the old lady who who tells me a story, and my phone went off. Excuse me. You do have a... Yeah, you have a movement tier, don't you? I could wait until it's dawn, I guess. Yeah, the hour pass. Alright. Alright. Dawn the second day. E2. Actually, I don't need to do anything until the third day, don't I? That's pretty much it right now, right? I don't actually. The only game I know whose reason I know the expansion pack. The reason for is Donkey Kong 64, and that's because apparently there was a glitch a bug in the game that caused it to freeze. But for some reason, using the expansion pack allowed it, just completely negated that bug for some reason. It had no idea why, so every game came with that expansion pack. I don't know why Majora's Mask needed it. Or even, what was the other one? Perfect Dark needed it. But that was just for the single player. Okay. Pretty sure there's one other game that uses the expansion pack, and I can't remember for the life of me. I think only 5 games used it. Just don't know what the other 2 were. I can't remember if it was night of the first day or night of the second day. That lady gets... I don't know. Oh well. It's funny you mentioned Vigilante 8 because I actually enjoyed playing that. Yeah, I can come back to this. Did Star Wars you? I remember playing Rogue Squadron. I don't think my console even had it. Honestly, don't think it did. No, wait. No, I'm being stupid. I played the sequel on Dreamcast, not the N64. There we go. So that's 6 games? Pretty sure more than that. I was aware of 5. I was told 5. Oh. That's pretty much it right now. Just have to wait. Could go all the way back to the Scarecrow. Can't remember what is it. I know the original, I think it was like expanded to a 5 megabyte. Or something. Because the original jumper pack, as it was called, had maybe 2 megabytes of RAM. And the expansion pretty much doubled it. Like, a lot of stuff that you kind of wish stuck around. Like, what if the Virtual Boy actually had full color rather than the red and black? Or the Wii U being a successful console? Like every single decision Nintendo made could have been better or worse. Like what if the 64DD was necessary? As a detail I like, it's actually every time you come back on the next day, it just sounds worse. The music just sounds miserable. Screw you, puppy. Thing is, though, it actually is moving forward. It's very slowly. I can see, because of this being in 720 or at least 1080 Ti, you can see the jagged edges slowly coming forward. And right now, there's a freaking wait for the next several minutes. I'm not saying that a Virtual Boy would have been a great freaking system to have. It's just, imagine a universe where it actually was a good system, like the LCD color lenses were available and the head strapping wasn't a safety regulation. Which is weird considering we have freaking VR. It's bad back then, now it's fine. Just stick a cardboard box on your head with a switch inside, it's fine. Then, like, there's a lot of things in, like a lot of games that got cancelled. I wouldn't mind seeing, like Project Hammer looked really interesting when it was first shown for the Wii. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Or what the Soulbound? Soulblade? Not Soulblade. It was a Soul something. It was a somewhat Devil May Cry inspired game with dragons by Platinum Games. That was cancelled. Like, I really wanted that. Like, I would get an Xbox One to play that. I have one now, but even then, I would have gotten an Xbox One just to play that freaking game. Or if Naughty Dog continued with Crash Bandicoot, or even Jak and Daxter. Or the Sega was still in the console race, and we actually have the Dreamcast 2, or the Sega Andromeda. Would have been interesting. Scalebound. I'm thinking Soul for some reason. Why the frick I was thinking... I was right on the bound. Soulbound. That sounds like something else. Or maybe a universe where Resident Evil did actually have its original name, Biohazard. But a lot of people are still surprised why you haven't changed the name over yet. Well, because it's known as Resident Evil. Its name is Resident Evil in the West. So it's going to continue being Resident Evil because that's what the market knows it as. You can't just change it to Biohazard just because it's the right time or easier said than done. But they didn't. They stuck with the Resident Evil. And even have fun with it with the 7th entry by calling it Resident Evil Biohazard and Biohazard Resident Evil. Could have actually stuck with that and went Biohazard Village, but it didn't. Resident Evil Village. They actually went with the Resident Evil terms. Unlike Yakuza, who's decided to change the name back to Like a Dragon to want to make it go right, to actually keep the name from the east to the west. So it's Like a Dragon in Japan and Like a Dragon in the West rather than Like a Dragon and then Yakuza. Which doesn't make sense because the name and its franchises in the West is known as Yakuza. That's what it's called. Oh yeah, much closer now. Oh yeah, and the one of the heads of Sega actually went on to be one of the heads of Microsoft and made the Xbox and Xbox 360. And a massive grudge against Sony. Again, I'm still annoyed by Yakuza changing the name to Like a Dragon because it doesn't make sense to me. It's like it's known as Yakuza. The last game was called Yakuza Like a Dragon. I know that. So you have two titles. You have both titles, Yakuza and Like a Dragon. But the thing is, to me, calling it Like a Dragon is more considering the main character is not Kazuma Kiryu and the gameplay is vastly different. So calling it a different title rather than Yakuza 7 makes sense. But now you're changing it to Like a Dragon, but you're dropping the number. So the next game is going to be called Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon Gaiden, Like a Dragon Ishin. The Ishin one I don't mind. It's a prequel kind of thing, but to call the next one Like a Dragon but drop the number makes no sense to me. I don't get it. They said it's the best. Now's a good time to change the name over. Why? And it doesn't matter, there's no Yakuza in it. The name brand in the West is called Yakuza. Yeah, Peter Moore, that's the guy. And I know the franchises changed their names and all, but even then, it wasn't just because it was the right time. It was because of legal requirements and a niche audience. Dragon Quest only had 4 games in the West, and it was called Dragon Warrior. It was a very niche audience, and they knew it as Dragon Warrior, but they didn't have another 3 games until the 8th game, when they dropped the number and just called it Dragon Quest. Then the 9th one came out, and it was Dragon Quest 9. Then when the remake of the 8th one came out, it brought back the number to Dragon Quest 8. Star Fox had a legal ramification. They couldn't call it Star Fox in Europe. It was called Star Wing and Lilac Wars. It wasn't until the actual licensing of those games, of a different game called Star Fox, was ended, they could call the next game Star Fox, which we had Star Fox Adventures. So the name of Like a Dragon is just, you're just ignoring a lot of, like, almost 20 years of history because people won't understand the name Like a Dragon. That's why they changed it. They didn't think the game would sell, so they changed it to Yakuza. The game still didn't freaking sell well. If the excuse is it was a good time to change it, it doesn't make sense. It's not a good thing to change it because you're losing an audience who don't know the next game is going to be called Like a Dragon. The only reason you have to tell everyone, well, the 7th game is called Like a Dragon, despite having the name Yakuza Like a Dragon. Because Like a Dragon is the original name. It's like if the next Smash Bros. Game went with the Japanese title. Also, all the Legend of Zelda games, they all had different titles in Japan. I'm not sure I like the rumble in the N64 controller. I didn't actually grow up with one with it. Yay, my ocarina! Why did you give me it? I had a pretty decent fairy ocarina. It's a royal family heirloom and you're giving it to the forest kid. Badge engineering with cars. Badge engineering? Also, I forgot to mention, I'm simultaneously streaming this on Twitch. So those who actually are on Twitch chatting, I apologize for ignoring you, but I do primarily stream on YouTube. Oh, you'd be surprised, you little freaking ball of light. Do 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 diddly do 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 diddly do do. And there we are. The dog is frozen in time. What do we do? Imagine I'm going to do from brand name and selling it. Isn't that... That's a bit weird, isn't it? I think another analogy is basically certain areas of the United States have the same company, like it's literally the same restaurant or fast food chain, but for some reason it has a different name depending on where you are. Like in Florida, or at least in the south or southeast, it's the brand is called Hardee's, whereas everywhere else it's called Carl's Jr. Exactly the same thing, exactly the same, but just a different name. Bye bye, scary shrub. They're trying to take over my body and leave me paralyzed and with PTSD. Goodbye. That face. Why would I want to create the mask? Why would you go and find the mask? They sealed away the mask. And the trap disappeared. Okay, the trap disappeared. All the secrets disappeared. I understand you're the mask salesman and masks is all your thing, but when you hear of a legendary mask that actually could end the freaking world, you're like, I gotta have it. It's like the big freaking red button of ends reality. You gotta push it eventually. That's you, salesman. That is you. You're the Gowdy reality ending button. All right. And I can't... Well, I can't save, but what I can do is do that. There we go. There's a big advantage of playing on the Switch. I actually have save states. Legal save states! Anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night for now. Thank you all so much for watching, both on YouTube and over on Twitch. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on... also subscribe to my gameplay channel. Follow me on Twitter! Not X! Twitter, the freaking egotistical prick. Which I may or may not actually leave. I'll also need to update my links. I am also on Blue Sky. Also under Sonicguru. So follow me on there. And... yeah, this game still gives me a bit of the creeps and a bit unnerving about it because of the big timer on it. But anyway, I may actually continue this next week. I may actually continue it maybe tomorrow or the day after. I might have some more free time with kids being at school. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I shall see you all next time.